There are so many things that I want to talk about today, but this is going to be my first video diary. And what I will say is that I am not here to influence you. I am not here to sell you anything. I'm not even here to give you information about anything. This is just a channel where I share my life and my experience as a human being. And this channel is for people who are here to listen and who are okay with feeling things. I have in the last 2 weeks, so much has happened. There's so much going on. What's the date today? The date is June 16th, 2025. And in the last week, there have been so many ICE raids, and I live in Los Angeles, but there have been so many ICE raids. People have been protesting, everyone's exhausted, and it is just really heartbreaking. And as a Christian, it's been really difficult to watch the church be so dismissive of people's human rights. Um, it has saddened me to a point where I have like almost lost faith, I feel like, in the church body, if that makes sense. And like being someone who not wanted to be a Christian influencer, but was like influencing people for Christ on the internet. I don't really like the term Christian influencer. I've been de-influencing myself from a lot of different things, and I will probably talk about that. It'll probably come up. But I just like have lost a lot of faith in modern day Christianity, not in Jesus. I love Jesus. I love God. I think he's still on the throne, and I love him with my whole mind, heart, soul, everything. And yeah, that's why I am having such a difficult time with this. I feel like in the US and in like Western Christianity, there's this like cultural Christianity that people, like a lot of people have fallen into. Um, and I don't feel like our biblical literacy is as high as it should be. I think we see these Christian influencers and we get so attached to them and obsessed with them, and like we have these parasocial relationships with them, and we take scripture from their mouth as if it is end all be all, and that's fine. I'm glad that they're helping people and I'm glad that they're spreading the gospel. But I, in my gut, I just like discernment wise have been having a lot of conversations with the Lord and just like with my Christian friends about how I feel really convicted whenever I watch Christian content or listen to Christian influencers. And I was like wondering why that is, but it's because of this cultural Christianity. I personally believe, and this is my opinion, just like a lot of the Christian influencers that we love have decided to pursue Christian influencing. Yes, first for Jesus, and like a lot of them have great intentions, but some people spread the gospel so that they can experience the fruits of capitalism. And that for me is really unfortunate. I do believe that the preacher deserves to be paid. I think that we should take care of people who are spreading the gospel. But I'm talking about like brand deals and brand partnerships. I just personally don't believe that anything that helps spread the word of God should be you should have to pay for. And I'm talking about like apps or like AI Bible chats. I think AI is wonderful and it's great and it's a tool, but I just don't think that our biblical literacy is as high as it should be. Again, and these are all things that I've been thinking about. The other thing that I've been like de-influencing myself from in the last week, and like the Lord has really convicted me on, is like we live in such a gluttonous society. The United States of America is filled with gluttony, and I'm not just talking about food. I'm not talking about anything in specific. I'm talking about everything. There's a reason why when you go to the store and you like something, you buy three of it instead of buying one and then going back to the store when you finish that thing. We end up with so much waste, so many things that are unused in our cabinets, whether it's in our fridge or in the bathroom or whatever it is. And it's just like become really apparent to me that we collect so much stuff. And I looked around the other day in my room and I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff. Why do I have this much stuff? It doesn't make any sense. I don't use all of it. Half of it I don't touch or think about. If it left, I probably wouldn't notice. And I just wanted to stop living my life that way. So I started to become really convicted about that, and just like I became convicted about it because I started watching this YouTube channel, and I love this person's channel. Their channel name is the Indigo Traveler, but he basically like he's a travel vlogger, or he used to be, and he turned into like a citizen journalist. And he essentially goes to countries that are like in the midst of civil war, or goes to countries that are experiencing like famine or like really intense situations, and he just talks to the people there and gets like a feel for like what they're actually experiencing. And the biggest thing was, and it took me back to when I was little, I did a mission trip in the Dominican Republic, and it was the most impactful thing that I've ever done. It felt like I was helping real people and like changing actual lives. And the thing that he does is he talks to the people, and the thing that was brought back to my memory was just that like the children there are so happy. They don't know anything else, and they are so happy. They have what we would consider in America close to nothing, but they are so happy. And it just like reminded me that your worth is not in possessions. Your worth is not in like how much you can accumulate, but in how many people's lives you can touch. And I just like really started struggling with it and wrestling in my spirit, because I was like, oh my gosh, like we have so much. We have so much. And this all like ties in together with like the cultural Christianity, because I was like thinking about all these Christian influencers and thinking about like how they spread the gospel, but yet no one will talk about Palestine. No one will talk about the ICE raids that are going on, regardless of if it's the law. Just like no one's talking about the scale of suffering in the world, and it is grieving me. It grieves my spirit so heavily. And I don't know how to not talk about it. I don't know how to not fight for people's rights. I think that's just like something inherently like ingrained in me, being in like the skin that I'm in, like being born into a Black family in America. Like there are certain things that are just innate to me in this experience of being a Black American, and fighting for my rights and fighting for the rights of others. I think is something that is just like ingrained in just like my experience, and it being, you know, yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But I don't know, so much happened this week. I feel sad a little bit because I lost my dog this week. Not like lost, but she passed away. Um and that's been something that's also been grieving my heart. As you can see, I'm sad. I'm getting teary-eyed. But I don't know. I'm just like, my spirit is so grieved for so many different things happening in the world right now. And so it feels really almost pointless to like talk about an outfit on the internet, or talk about like, oh guys, like look at my new Bible cover. Like that's great, like that you have a new Bible cover, but like what about the people and the children who are being ripped away from their families, or like these children that are having to testify in court, or these children that are going to sleep in places where they don't even know where their next meal is going to come from, or these children that are literally experiencing such a large scale of suffering, where their homes were bombed to the ground, or like what about them, like when you think about it, the outfit doesn't matter so much anymore. Like I think we're so obsessed in America and in Western culture with things being aesthetic and things being so picture perfect, and I'm like starting to divorce myself from that construct, because like we were never going to be perfect, like we're made perfect through the sacrifice that Jesus made. And like that's what I believe. Obviously, like I'm a Christian, so if you haven't seen me before, hi, I'm a Christian. um but none of us are perfect. Like we are so inherently wicked as people, and there's so much wickedness in the world and so much like just so much sadness and death and destruction and like everything in the world. And I'm like, like the outfit doesn't matter. Like the outfit doesn't matter, the hair doesn't matter, nothing matters. And like this world is not perfect. So why do we try and uphold this idea that perfection is what is desired? Like none of us are perfect. This world is not perfect. So like I don't know, I have started to divorce myself. Oh, I guess I'm hungry. Did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that, but if you did, that was crazy. That was really loud. Anyway, none of us are perfect. So I've just like decided to not uphold this reality of perfectionism and like this culture of like everything having to look aesthetic. Like some days, like my hair isn't gonna look right. Some days, I was crying in the bathroom 5 minutes before I got to work. Like some days it's just like that. Some days aren't perfect. And like in reality, it's never gonna be perfect. All you can do is just continue to try to make an effort to be better every day with the help of the Lord. And like that's just kind of where I'm at. So I don't know. I kind of feel like we're missing the mark as a Christian community and as the church body with our evangelism. I think everyone is so caught up in the internet and caught up with this like idea of perfectionism online and like and putting these influencers on pedestals, and like I don't I don't want to glorify that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to make people feel like I'm perfect or that someone else is perfect. And it gets me really emotional. Like I've been like trying not to cry this whole time because literally the only one who's perfect in my opinion is Jesus. And I know what he fought for and like how he treated people and how he never turned people away and how he gave everyone the same time of day and loved people so endlessly regardless of their citizenship, regardless of their sexuality, regardless of their race or where they were born. Like he quite literally crossed places where he knew he wasn't welcome. Like I believe in Samaria, like the woman at the well, like that wasn't something that was necessarily supposed to happen, but he chose because he knew that there was someone there. Like he knew that there were people in places where it wasn't culturally acceptable for him to be, but he still like crossed those boundaries because he knew that they needed him. And that's like what the goal is. That's what the mission is. And I think that we've forgotten so much. We've forgotten ourselves. We've forgotten what the mission is. And it's grieving me. Like there's this verse that Solomon wrote, and I think it's in Ecclesiastes, where he's talking about how everything is meaningless. And the more wisdom you gain, like the more grieved your spirit will be. And like it's so true because like the more and more that I read, the more and more that I study and learn about the Lord and his plans and how he loves people so much, my spirit is so grieved. Like I am just so like sad for other people. And I think like this is a whole other topic, but if you don't know what an HSP is, like H I don't know, whatever way, HSP. It's it stands for highly sensitive person, and it's not like a diagnosis, but like whatever the other thing is, I'm an HSP. I've been diagnosed as an HSP, and I feel my feelings really deeply and I feel others' feelings really deeply. And so I think that's also part of it, is like why I'm so grieved by what's going on in the world and just like in the church and like the division in the church. But I am just so sad about it because I think we're all confused and we're just missing the mark. We are missing the mark. You know, the Lord says that the love is the greatest of all the things. You know, like we're supposed to love each other. And I just don't see that happening. And I don't want to be one of those people on the internet who takes up space not talking about real things. Because, like, it's great that we're like convicting people and all, and we're talking about sin and sexual purity, and like all of that is needed, yes. But I don't want to be one of those people in real life who does not extend love and grace to people while on the internet, I'm talking about the things of the Lord. And plus, the other thing that I've been de-influencing myself from is like the internet is not real. Like if we all just decided to stop using the internet and posting on the internet, like we'd just be existing in real life. And so I think that's also hard for people to conceptualize, is that the internet is a fictional place. It is a server that we made where we choose to get on it every day and talk to each other, and we choose to get on it every day and post things. And like it's great, it's wonderful, it's a tool. But I think it's just like, for me, I think we've lost so much touch with reality. Like if this didn't exist, if you weren't watching this right now, you'd be touching grass. And that's just like the truth. You'd be doing other things. You'd fill your time with other things. Before the internet existed, people did other things. Like life existed without the internet. I grew up in my early childhood. We didn't have like iPhones. Like I didn't have this. This didn't exist when I was growing up. Like my first phone, flip phone, and I had minutes on it. Like I was talking to my parents about this the other day. I had minutes. You had to go to the store and 7-Eleven and be like, hey, I want some minutes. Can we put some minutes on this phone? And like you had to choose and be so intentional about who you were going to talk to, because you only had a certain number of time where you could talk to them. I remember that so vividly growing up. And it's just like everything is so accessible now, and everyone's in a rush because everything is so accessible. People don't understand why things don't happen quickly. People don't have a lot of grace anymore. And I want to get back to giving people grace. I want to get back to a grounded place. I want to get back to a place where I create an environment and I create a human, cultivate myself and cultivate a human being that is full of grace and full of love and full of mercy for others who maybe aren't given the time of day or the space to express themselves or whatever. Because in the reality, it's like you can't take the internet with you when you die. You can't take your posts, your likes, your views, your whatever with you when you die. Like the only thing that you have left when you have left the earth is your legacy, is what people remember you as. Like I think there's a quote by Maya Angelou, can't remember exactly what she said, but I think she says something like, people don't remember X, Y, and Z, but they remember how you made them feel. I can't remember the first half of it, but I feel like that's so true. Like people don't remember like how much you had. People don't remember your possessions. People won't remember your money, but they will remember when you listened to them, when they were crying, when they had a breakup. People will remember when their dog died and you were there for them. People will remember how you made them feel. People will remember when you uplifted them. And that's what I want to be. That's who I want to be. That's who I want to be in the future. And that's who I want to continue to be right now. And I don't know. I just don't feel like the internet is a great place for that. And I say that as I'm recording a video that's going to go on the internet. I know it's stupid, but this channel, I've decided today that this channel is going to be less of like a like Christian influence and me like talking about what I like prepping a video and like talking about things that I've specifically learned, but like more of just me yapping. Like I'm just going to chat with a camera about my life and what's going on, because I think that I need to also allow myself space to be who I am without feeling like I have to be perfect again. Because usually I'd take a video like this, I'd chop it up, edit it, but I'm not going to do that, which feels really crazy because it feels really crazy. But I also just want it to be a place where I can come back to this video in a year and be like, wow, like I've grown so much, or wow, things have changed a lot. And I really just want to see like what God does, like what God does in my life. And I want to be able to hear it from my mouth. And I think it's really special that I get to talk and then hear myself talk a year later and look back at how I was and how I was doing. And yeah, so that's kind of just like why I started this channel. And I also need to apologize to people who came here for the videos where I was teaching about Christianity, and apologize to people for like, if that's why you came to this channel. I'm sorry that this channel is not going to necessarily be that anymore, because I think we just need more people who are just being human. I'm tired of feeling like a robot, or like my opinions are wrong, or like I didn't film the video the right way or whatever. Like I just want something that is my own, in a sense, not my own, but something where I don't have to filter myself. So that's why I'm going to start doing video diaries. I might throw in some vlogs every now and then, but oh my gosh, my foot is asleep. Oh, that hurts. Um, Ow. That really hurts. Ooh, gotta move it. But yeah, that's why I am changing this channel. So hopefully you don't hate the new stuff that I put out. But also if you do, then I guess it's just not for you, and that's okay. I don't know what else to say. I don't think that I have anything else to say. If you listened, thank you for listening. I hope it helped or didn't. You are entitled to your own feelings. Again, this channel is not really for you. It's more for me to express my thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And I think that's it. Is there anything else that I was thinking about? I don't know. The only other thing I have to say is like I'm just so sad about what's happening in Los Angeles. Um, and shout out to everyone who's protesting, because you guys are doing what you would have done if you were living in the civil rights movement, and like the time is now. And I don't know, God has no favorites, and just keep going. Keep living. Don't let anyone make you feel like you don't deserve to have space in the world, because you 100% do. Yeah, I am going to get back to my creative roots. I'm gonna start doing more filmmaking and music, probably, and acting. So that's gonna be it. And then I guess we'll get a weekly update, or yeah, maybe weekly or monthly. It just depends on whenever I feel like chatting. But thanks for watching if you did. And that is actually it now. So, bye.